Good morning, everyone. So, uh, in this session, we'll try to take up some different types of problems, and wherein we'll try to calculate components of forces again on inclined surfaces. We have seen few problems in the previous class about inclined surfaces, isn't it? And in the previous classes, we have calculated components of forces, and the forces were exactly perpendicular or horizontal, okay, to the original xy axis. But now the forces will again, even the xy axis will be inclined, and along with that our forces also become inclined, okay. So that type of forces also we'll try to see it, and we'll try to calculate all the components as well along with that, okay. So here in this figure, we have to calculate the components of forces P and F. This is force F and this is force P. So we have to calculate the components of forces along the x and y axis, which are parallel and perpendicular to the incline. See here, depending upon this xy axis, the inclined xy axis, we have to calculate the components of these two forces. And the forces also is inclined. If you see the figure here very carefully, see here, my force is inclined, isn't it? My force is inclined, and the angles, the triangle which has given to us is exactly perpendicular to this surface. It is perpendicular to this surface. See here, this line is perpendicular to this, and this line is parallel to this horizontal surface. Along with that, the same thing is happening here. The force is inclined, and this line is perpendicular to this horizontal surface, and it is parallel, this 12 is parallel to this horizontal surface, but the inclination of the forces is according to this horizontal surfaces, and we have to calculate the components depending upon this x and y axis, okay. So it is very simple, just concentrate what is happening here, okay. So first what we will do, in the very first step, we will try to draw our regular x and y axis. How will you draw regular x and y axis? A dotted line, okay. All the problems in engineering mechanics, especially in first unit, second unit, and even in third unit, all the problems are actually, the calculations are very small, but if you read out the diagram, if you take out the content from the question very carefully, then the calculation part is very small. If you see the previous problems of components of forces, the calculation part is very small. The calculation part is very simple. Px is equal to p cos theta, py is equal to p sin theta. But extraction of the forces, extraction of the angles, extraction of the details from the given figure is very, very important. You have to carefully extract all the details from the figure. Sequentially we will see. Now what I will do in the very first step, I will draw our regular x and y axis. This is my y axis. And this is x axis. The dotted line is our regular x and y axis, okay. This is my regular xy axis. See here, this line and this line, both the lines are same, okay, right, parallel. So now what I will do, I will plot a point here. Then since the forces are also inclined, what happened to the forces? The forces are also inclined, isn't it, in this one? In the previous case, what happened? All the forces were exactly horizontal or perpendicular. But in this case, the forces are also inclined. So what I will do, in the previous problem, we used to rotate the axis, isn't it? Either in clockwise or anti-clockwise. But when the forces are inclined, what we have to do? We have to draw our forces first, then we will try to rotate our x and y axis, okay. In the previous case, as soon as we draw this figure, we try to rotate the x and y axis. But here, since our forces are also inclined, what we will do now? We will try to plot our forces first, then later on we can rotate our x and y axis according to this one, okay. So before that, we will try to calculate all these angles, okay. So this angle, we will name it as theta 1, Okay, and this angle, I am taking all the angles with x-axis. This is horizontal line, this is also horizontal line. So I will name this as theta 2 and this angle as theta 3. Okay, so we will try to calculate all thetas first. So I will calculate this theta 1. How will you calculate theta 1? I have adjacent and opposite and adjacent, both the things I have. So tan theta 1 is equal to height by base or opposite by adjacent. So 3 by 4, that implies theta 1 is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. That implies you will get some value of theta. Okay, I'll write down the values one by one. Then we'll go for tan theta 2. What is tan theta 2? See here, tan theta 2, opposite by adjacent. So 2 by 3. So that implies theta 2 is equal to tan inverse of 2 by 3. We'll get some value. Then again we'll calculate theta 3. Theta 3 is nothing but this one. Okay, height by base or opposite by adjacent. So 5 by 12. That implies theta 3 is equal to tan inverse of 5 by 12. So what are the values we'll be getting? Theta 1 is 36.86 degrees. 36.86 degrees, and this one is 33.69 degrees, and this one is 67.37. Theta 3 is 67.37 degrees. We got these thetas. Okay, this inclination is 36.86. This theta 2 is 33.69 and theta 3 is 67.37. We got these three values. Now what I will do, we have to see in which quadrant our force is acting. Okay, we'll start with the force, any force. We'll go with this one. Okay, so since we don't know in which quadrant the force is acting, so always remember what you have to do. This is your line, isn't it? This is horizontal line and this is vertical line. So you plot two lines, two axes, one exactly parallel to this line, another one parallel to this line. Okay, so if I plotted this one, what is happening? In which quadrant the force is acting? It is acting in fourth quadrant, isn't it? So what I will do, I will draw this force which is acting in fourth quadrant. What is the angle of this force? 33.69 with x-axis, horizontal line. So I am drawing this force and the magnitude of that force is how much? P is equal to 361 newtons. P is equal to 361 newtons, and the angle of this force is, this angle is how much given? We got 33.69. 33.69 degrees. Alright. Now we will go for the another force, that is F. Now here also what we will do, we will try to draw a vertical and horizontal line like this, parallel to this one and so now you tell me in which quadrant the force is acting? It is acting in fourth quadrant, isn't it? And what is the angle? Theta 3 is 67.37. So theta 3 is 67.37 and the force is how much? 260 newtons. F is equal to 260 newtons. And what is the angle with x-axis? This is this x with theta 2 is how much? 67.37 degrees. So this is your theta 2. Alright. Now after this one, what I will do, in this case I have drawn the forces first, then we'll try to rotate our x and y axis. In which, how much our x and y axis should be rotated? Our x and y axis should be rotated at an angle of 36.86 degrees. So now what I will do, I will try to rotate first x axis. Okay, x axis. How much it has to be rotated? It has to be rotated at an angle of 36.86 degrees. So 36.86 means this is 67. So in between it will come, isn't it? Somewhere in between. So This is my x-axis according to the problem. Okay. And what is the inclination since we are rotating in clockwise? So this angle is how much now? This angle is 36.86 degrees. Okay, I'll write this theta 2 below this one. Theta 2 is how much? 30. Yes, this is theta 3, right? This is theta 3. 67.37 degrees. This is theta 2. Okay, so this is 67.37 and this is 36.86. This is theta 1. Now the same line should extend in this fashion. The same line. Okay. Okay, so this is x-axis and this also should be how much? 36.86 degrees. This is my x-axis. Now what will happen to my y-axis? Y-axis will also get rotated. So this is my y-axis, and my y-axis, since my x and y-axis is rotating in clockwise, so this angle will also be 36.86 degrees and this angle will be 36.86 degrees. Now after this one I will remove my original x and y axis, that is this one. I am removing this one. Okay, so you don't erase it, you try to draw another figure. Okay, now you see this one, how the figure is looking like. This is your y axis. Now this is y and y. Now you tell me in which quadrant our force F is acting. Our force F is acting in which quadrant? It is acting in fourth quadrant. Whereas our force P, which is equal to 361 Newton, is acting in which quadrant now? It is acting in third quadrant. Okay, so now what will be the total angle? What will be the total angle? This one. The total angle will be from here to here, it is 33.69, and from here to here it is 36.86. So if you add up, you will get what is the value you will get now? You will get somewhere 70.56, I guess. Okay, otherwise since we don't have calculator, so we will try to add here 36.86 and 33.69. So how much? 9 plus 6 is 15. 8 plus 9, 15. Then point here 6, 7, 10, 7, 70.55. Okay, so this angle is how much? Total angle is 70.55 degrees. So the angle made by this force P, which is equal to 361 Newton, is making an angle of 70.55 degrees with the given x and y axis. Able to understand? Now we will try to calculate the angle between the force F and this axis. So how will you calculate this force, this angle? See here, my total angle is 67.37, 67.37 total angle, minus this angle, minus this one will give me this angle, isn't it? So minus 36.86. So 7 minus 6 is 1. So if you carry this one, 13 minus 8 is 5. Then 6 minus 6 is 0. Then 6 minus 3 is 3. So 30.51. So this one is 30.51 degrees. Able to understand? Now we will go for the components. So how will you go for the components? My component, x component, should be parallel to this given x and y axis. So this is fx and this one is fy. Again, this one should be parallel to this x axis. Okay, So this is Px, and this one should be parallel to this y axis, so this is Py. Alright, so now I will write down the forces here. P is equal to how much? 361 newtons, and theta is equal to, P is making an angle of 70.55 degrees. 70.55 degrees with which axis? X axis. So what will happen to Px? Px is equal to P cos theta, and Py is equal to P sin theta, and Px is equal to, what is the value of P? 361 into cos 70.55, and Py is equal to 361 into sine 70.55. Since the force is acting in third quadrant, so what will happen to the value of Px? Px is equal to negative value in newtons, and Py is equal to negative value in newtons. Okay, able to understand this one? So very important. It seems to be somewhat complicated, but it is not complicated. If you write down the problem, understand the concept, then it will become very easy. Okay, understand the concept, understand these lines. Lines are very important in our engineering, civil engineering. The lines which we draw, or the lines which we draw in our plans also, it is very important. If you make line in a different inches, or if you move the line in 1 inch or 2 inch, then the entire structure will be different, entire rooms will become different. So that is why, to understand those concepts, to make those concepts clear, we need to understand these lines. These lines are very important. Rotating the figure, taking out the lines, understanding the figures, understanding the angles, all these angles are understanding these things are very helpful in practical life also. Okay, so make sure that you take down this problem in your notes and try to practice these type of problems without seeing. Okay, first understand, then try to practice the problem. Then we'll go for the P is over. Now we'll go for the next case, that is F. So you can already copy by pausing the video. Now we'll go for the P value is finished. Now we'll go for the F force. So F is equal to how much? 260 newtons. And what is the angle? Theta is equal to how much? 30.51 with x axis, isn't it? So 30.51 with which axis? X axis. So Fx is equal to F cos theta, and Fy is equal to F sin theta. So F is how much? 260 into cos 30.51, and Fy is equal to 260 into sin 30.51. Since the force is acting in fourth quadrant, Fx is equal to positive value in newtons, and Fy is equal to negative value in newtons. Okay, this is how we calculate our components of forces. You can copy down. And one more thing, we can even, instead of writing this minus sign, we can write here Fy is equal to some value, and in bracket we can write down in downward direction. Okay, similarly Fx, we have some value, we got this value as positive, so we can write here, and since it is x, so the direction is positive, like this. Okay, and here also, since our values, both the values are negative, so instead of writing minus here, Px is equal to some value and in negative direction, like that. Okay, and even for Py also, since it is in negative direction, so instead of writing minus, whatever the value you get, after that you can write down in arrow, downward. Okay, or else you instead of that also, we can directly write, since it is going in third quadrant, so directly like this in third quadrant, and here also it is going in fourth quadrant, so like this, the direction we can provide. Okay, anything, best is to provide these type of directions, this one, horizontal or vertical directly. Now I will write down the question here. Saturn of force. So the figure is shown given like this. So the body is kept on an inclined surface again. And there is a force acting at an angle of 20 degrees to the x-axis, horizontal x-axis. This angle is given as 30 degrees. Okay. So now in the question, if you see the figure, the body is inclined, show 30 degrees shown in figure, acting upon by a force P, inclined at 20 degrees to the horizontal. To the horizontal is nothing but this is horizontal line. This is horizontal line which is parallel to this line. Okay. So the force is inclined, P is inclined, and it is asking us to calculate the components of Px and Py, out of which the parallel component, that is Px, is given to us, that is Px is equal to, it is given, that is 300 Newton. Px is given. He is asking us to calculate Py and P, value of Py, P and Px. Okay, a Px is given, Py and P we have to calculate. So how we will calculate now? So for the calculation of Px, or sorry, Py and P, for that also we have to draw the figure, our general x and y axis. Then according to the problem we have to rotate our x and y axis. All these things we have to do, whatever the things we have done in the previous problem. Okay. So first thing, I will draw my xy axis, regular xy axis in a dotted form. This is y axis and this is x axis. This is x and y axis, the dotted one. X, y, y. Okay. Now, since our force is inclined, our force is also inclined. So what I will do, before rotating my xy axis, I will draw the force first. So what is the force? In which quadrant my force is acting? To understand in which quadrant the force is acting, we have to draw our x and y axis perpendicular line like this. So now see here, it is acting in which quadrant? It is acting in fourth quadrant according to this axis. Now what is the angle? 20 degrees. So this is the force P. We don't know the value of P. Okay, there is one force which is P. And what is the inclination of this force now? The inclination of this force is 20 degrees with our regular x and y axis. This is our x axis, isn't it? Horizontal line. Horizontal line is nothing but x axis. Vertical line is nothing but our y axis, general x and y axis. Depending upon our general x and y axis, the angle is given to us. But we have to calculate components depending upon the given x and y axis. Okay. So now what I will do, I have drawn the force. Only one force is there. So I have drawn the force. Now we will try to rotate our x and y axis. How will you rotate? See here, this is my x axis. So I will try to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, isn't it? So my x axis will go like this. Okay. Exactly same line. This is x axis and it is rotated at an angle of how much degrees now? 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Okay. Now I will draw one more line which should be perpendicular to this rotated x and y axis. Okay. So this is my y axis and this angle is 30. This angle will also be 30 degrees. My y axis has rotated from in this fashion. So this angle will be 30 degrees and this angle will also be 30 degrees. Okay. So after this one, what we'll do now? We'll try to remove our general x and y axis which we have drawn initially. Okay. So now I am removing this x axis. This one also I am removing. This one is also I have removed. So what happened here? Just a normal line I am providing to understand from where to where our angles are. So now this also we have to remove. Now you see where is our x and y axis? XY axis is rotated and now you tell me in which quadrant our force is acting. Our force is acting again fourth quadrant. Okay. So now our Px will be exactly parallel to this x axis. This is Px and Py should be exactly parallel to this one. Py. This line and this line should be parallel. This is y axis. My Py should be parallel to my y axis. Px should be parallel to our x axis. And Px is given to us, that is how much? 300 Newton. The parallel component is 300 Newton. Compute the value of perpendicular component and P. So Px is equal to 300 Newton which is given to us. Okay. So we can calculate Px. We know the formula of Px is equal to P cos theta. Okay. Now what is theta here? Theta is total angle with x axis. How much? Total angle is 50 degrees, isn't it? This angle, total angle will be 50 degrees. So Px we know that is 300 is equal to, we don't know P, we know cos theta, cos 50 degrees. So what is the value of P we will get now? 300 divided by cos 50 degrees. We'll get the value of P in newtons. Then what about Py? Py is equal to P sine theta. We know the value of P. So Py is equal to P into sine 50 degrees. So you will get the value of Py also. Okay. This is how we calculate our unknown components, and along with that the original force P with the help of one component, that is Px. Okay. Hope you understood this problem also. Right? Copy down.